Have you ever paused for a moment and asked yourself, what is my purpose in life? It's a question many of us have asked at some point in our lives. Whether it's during a quiet evening or in the midst of a chaotic day, that thought might have crossed your mind a moment of reflection, where you wonder if there's something more to life than what you're currently experiencing. It's natural to question the bigger picture when we're faced with challenges or feel uncertain about our path. But what if I told you that those moments of doubt, those periods when life feels meaningless, are actually a part of the process of discovering your true purpose? You see, many of us go through difficult times, moments when everything seems to be falling apart. You might feel like you're stuck in a cycle of failure, or you may be struggling with something deeply personal. These experiences, no matter how hard they seem, are often the key to unlocking the greater purpose that lies ahead of us. Think about it. Some of the most transformative moments in our lives come from adversity. The times when we feel lost, broken, or unsure are the very moments that push us to dig deeper and find the strength we never knew we had. It's in those moments that we might realize we're being called to something more, something greater than ourselves. Life might not always be easy, but every struggle, every setback is shaping us into who we are meant to become. It's through these experiences that we begin to understand our purpose. These challenges are not just random events, but rather opportunities in disguise, guiding us towards a more meaningful life. So if you're feeling lost or questioning your place in the world, take a moment to reflect. What if your current struggles are preparing you for something extraordinary? What if the pain, the confusion, and the uncertainty are stepping stones leading you to your true calling? There's a powerful message here. Our purpose doesn't always come to us in a straight line. Sometimes we have to go through the twists and turns, the highs and lows, to finally understand the bigger picture. It's in those moments of struggle that we uncover what we're truly meant to do and who we're truly meant to be. And it doesn't matter where you're at in your journey right now, you're not alone. Many people have walked this same path, and through their own trials, they've found their purpose. You can too. Life's purpose isn't always clear at first, but it's often revealed through the challenges we face. And the best part is these moments don't define us. It's how we rise from them, what we learn from them, and how we continue moving forward that shapes our true destiny. Now I want to ask you, what if everything you're going through right now is leading you to something greater? What if you were meant to face these challenges to unlock your true purpose? Take a moment to think about it, because the path you're on could very well be the one that guides you to the life you've always dreamed of. So, if you've ever found yourself searching for your life's purpose, if you've ever felt like you're meant for something greater, don't keep this journey to yourself. Share this video with someone you know who might be going through a similar experience. Let's spread the message that no matter what we face, there is always a purpose behind every trial, and we are never alone on this journey. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'll be diving deep into more topics like this, exploring how we can all tap into our inner strength and uncover the greater purpose that awaits us. There's so much more ahead, and I'd love for you to be part of this journey with me. Remember, this is just the beginning of something incredible. Together we can discover the meaning behind every challenge and uncover the greatness within us all. So like, share and subscribe, and let's continue this journey together. In life, we all face hardships and challenges. Some of these struggles can feel overwhelming, like the weight of the world is on our shoulders. We experience loss, grief, failure, and sometimes we feel as if everything we've worked for is slipping through our fingers. But what if I told you that these very challenges, no matter how painful they may seem, could be the most significant moments in our lives? What if these experiences are not roadblocks, but turning points, opportunities for personal growth that ultimately lead us to discover our true purpose? It's easy to see hardships as obstacles that prevent us from moving forward. When we're in the midst of difficult times, it's natural to feel stuck, lost, or even hopeless. But I want to offer a different perspective. What if these challenges are precisely what we need? in order to reflect on ourselves, reassess our values and grow stronger in the process? What if in the moments of our greatest struggles we're being prepared for something greater? Take for example the experience of loss is one of the hardest things anyone can go through. Losing someone you love or something deeply meaningful can feel like your world has shattered. The pain, the grief, the emptiness, it's all consuming. But loss has a way of forcing us to reflect on what truly matters in life. When everything is stripped away, we're left with nothing but our core values. And sometimes, in the quiet aftermath of loss, we're able to see what we've been taking for granted, what we've been neglecting, or what we've been too afraid to pursue. Loss can be a painful teacher, but it's also a teacher that invites us to embrace life more fully and appreciate what's truly important. The same can be said for failure. We all fail at something at some point, whether it's a relationship, a job, a dream, or even a personal goal. Failure can feel like a reflection of our inadequacy, a sign that we're not good enough or that we're somehow lacking. But failure is not the end, it's a beginning. There's an opportunity to learn to adapt and to grow. Often it's in our failures that we learn the most valuable lessons about ourselves and the world around us. Failure challenges us to rethink our approach, to refine our goals, and to become more resilient in the face of adversity. I'd like to share with you a real-life example of someone who experienced failure but used it as a stepping stone to discover their purpose. J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series, is one of the most successful writers in the world today. But before she became a household name, Rowling faced a series of challenges that would have caused most people to give up. She was a single mother living in poverty, struggling with depression, and facing constant rejection from publishers. In fact, her manuscript for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone was rejected by 12 publishers before it was finally accepted. At the time, Rowling could have seen these rejections as proof that she wasn't meant to be a writer. She could have let the failures define her, make her question her abilities and give up on her dreams. But instead, she used those challenges as fuel. She continued to write, persisted in the face of rejection, and eventually her persistence paid off. Rowling's story is a powerful reminder that failure is not the end. It is in fact an integral part of the journey towards success. The challenges she faced didn't stop her. They helped shape her into the person who could create a world that has touched millions of readers around the globe. Rowling's experience also highlights something important. The process of discovery is not always linear. It's not a straight path from point A to point B. There are twists, turns, detours, and obstacles along the way. But it's in those moments of struggle that we learn the most about ourselves. When we encounter difficulties, we are forced to look inward and ask, what do I truly value? What is my purpose in this world? What can I learn from this experience? These are the questions that help us dig deeper, explore new possibilities, and discover what we're truly capable of. Another aspect of personal challenges that often goes unnoticed is grief. When we experience grief, we may feel as though we're losing part of ourselves. It's a profound emotional journey that can leave us feeling disconnected from our own identity. But grief has a unique way of revealing who we are at our core. It forces us to confront our fears, face our vulnerabilities, and rebuild ourselves from the ground up. Through grief, we often come to understand our own resilience and the strength we didn't even know we had. It may be a painful process, but it's one that leads to profound personal growth and self-discovery. One powerful example of how grief can lead to personal transformation is the story of Steve Jobs, the co-founder of Apple. After being ousted from his own company in 1985, Jobs faced what many would consider a devastating setback. His entire identity had been tied to Apple, and suddenly he was forced to start over. He went through a period of grief, doubt, and uncertainty, but instead of letting this setback define him, Jobs used it as an opportunity for growth. He went on to found Next and Pixar, both of which were successful in their own right. Later he returned to Apple, bringing with him new ideas and a fresh perspective. This period of grief and failure ultimately led him to reinvent Apple and become one of the most influential figures in the technology world. Like Rolling Jobs' story demonstrates that hardship and loss can lead to incredible success if we choose to see them as opportunities rather than obstacles. So when faced with challenges, whether it's loss, failure, or grief, remember that these are not barriers to your purpose. These experiences are the very things that help you find your true calling. They provide clarity, force you to reflect, and push you to become more resilient. Without these challenges, you might never discover what truly matters to you. The hardships you face today may very well be the stepping stones that lead you to the life you're meant to live. The key is to reframe how you see these experiences. Instead of seeing them as setbacks, consider them as part of the journey, essential pieces of the puzzle that will eventually lead you to your purpose. Life's challenges are not there to hold you back. They're there to shape you, mold you, and help you realize the strength, courage, and wisdom that lie within you. It's in the midst of struggle that we often find our greatest lessons, and it's through those lessons that we discover who we truly are. Remember, you're not defined by your struggles. You're defined by how you respond to them. Embrace the challenges, learn from them, and use them to propel yourself forward. Your purpose is waiting for you, and sometimes it's the toughest moments in life that help you discover it. Have you ever experienced a moment in life when you felt like the universe was guiding you in a certain direction? A moment when things just seemed to fall into place, and it felt like the world was aligning in your favor. Maybe it was a sudden insight, a chance encounter, or a small event that shifted your perspective, making you realize that there was something greater at play. These are what some people refer to as signs from the universe, those subtle, often unseen forces that nudge us, guide us, and show us the way toward our true purpose. The concept of signs from the universe is something that many spiritual traditions and philosophies touch upon. It's the idea that the universe or some higher power is constantly trying to communicate with us, offering guidance, support, and wisdom. These signs are not always obvious. They often come in the form of small, seemingly random events or feelings that, when looked at in hindsight, seem to be perfectly timed. It might be a feeling of intuition, a sudden thought or idea that pops into your head, or an unexpected event that seems too perfect to be coincidental. These are the moments that many people describe as feeling chosen or guided toward their purpose. For some, these signs are subtle whispers, moments of synchronicity that occur when the universe is trying to align us with our destiny. It might be a dream that seems to hold a deeper meaning, or perhaps a book or song that seems to speak directly to your situation at just the right time. These experiences often leave us with a sense of awe, as if something greater is at work behind the scenes. I'd like to share with you a personal experience that for me was a clear sign that I was on the right path. A few years ago, I was at a crossroads in my life, unsure of what direction to take. I'd been working in a career that I no longer felt passionate about, and I felt a sense of disconnection from my purpose. I'd always enjoyed creating content and connecting with others, but I was afraid to pursue that path because it seemed uncertain. I kept putting it off, telling myself that it wasn't practical or realistic. Then one day I had a random encounter that seemed too strange to be a coincidence. I was at a coffee shop sitting alone working on a project when a stranger sat down at the table next to me. We started talking, and somehow the conversation turned to passions, careers, and life goals. The stranger told me about their journey of leaving a stable job to pursue something they loved, despite the risks and uncertainties. They talked about how following their heart had brought them fulfillment and success, and how they had no regrets about taking the leap. At the time, I didn't think much of the conversation. It was just a random encounter after all. But as I thought about it later, I realized that the timing of the conversation was uncanny. I'd been struggling with indecision, and here was someone, a complete stranger, who had shared their story with me at just the right moment. It was like the universe had sent them to offer me the encouragement I needed to take that first step. In that moment, I felt a shift inside me. I realized that I'd been holding myself back out of fear, and that I had the power to make a change. That conversation, that seemingly insignificant encounter, was a sign. It was a reminder that I wasn't alone in my journey, and that the universe was nudging me toward my true purpose. This was not the only sign I've experienced. There have been other moments where I felt as though I was being led towards something greater. One such moment came when I stumbled upon a book that resonated with me deeply. I'd been feeling lost, unsure of my next step, and then, almost by chance, I picked up a book that seemed to speak directly to the struggles I was going through. The author's words offered clarity and insight, and I felt as though I'd been led to that book at the perfect time. It was as if the universe had guided me to it, knowing that it would help me see things more clearly and understand my path. These kinds of moments are often called synchronicities, a term coined by the Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung. Synchronicities are those seemingly meaningful coincidences that occur when events, people, or situations align in a way that feels intentional. Jung believed that synchronicities were signs that the universe, or the collective unconscious, was trying to guide us towards something significant. These moments, though subtle, carry a powerful message. We're not just wandering aimlessly through life, we're being guided towards something greater. Sometimes these signs can come in the form of a simple thought or feeling. You might find yourself thinking about someone you haven't heard from in years, and then, out of the blue, they reach out to you. Or you might be considering making a big decision and suddenly you see a sign or symbol that affirms your choice. It's in these moments that we realize how connected we are to something larger than ourselves. The universe, it seems, is speaking to us, guiding us and showing us the way. One of the most powerful experiences of feeling chosen for something greater came when I was reflecting on the idea of purpose and destiny. It was during a particularly difficult time in my life, a time when I felt lost and unsure of my direction. I remember walking outside one day feeling overwhelmed when I looked up and saw a flock of birds flying in perfect formation. I couldn't help but stop and watch. It was as if they were moving with such purpose, gliding through the sky in harmony. In that moment, I felt an overwhelming sense of peace and clarity. It was as if the birds were telling me, you are not lost. You're on the right path. Keep going. This moment was one of those rare, magical experiences that made me feel like I was connected to something much bigger than myself. It reminded me that there is a larger plan at play, and sometimes we don't need to have all the answers right away. Sometimes we just need to trust the process and follow the signs. These signs, whether they come in the form of an unexpected conversation, a meaningful book, or a moment of synchronicity, are not random. They're a part of the universe's plan guiding us toward our true purpose. When we learn to recognize these signs and trust in their guidance, we open ourselves up to a deeper sense of connection and fulfillment. It's easy to feel like we're stumbling through life without any clear direction. But the truth is, the universe is always communicating with us. Whether it's through subtle nudges, unexpected encounters, or powerful moments of synchronicity, we are being guided toward our purpose. We just have to be open to receiving these signs and trust that they are leading us in the right direction. So the next time you feel a sense of intuition, or when something seems to fall into place just at the right moment, take a moment to reflect. Could this be a sign from the universe? Could it be a reminder that you're on the right path moving toward your true purpose? I encourage you to trust those moments. They are not coincidences, they are signs. And when you follow them, you'll find yourself walking closer to the life you were always meant to live. Life is a journey of growth, and personal experiences play a crucial role in shaping us into the people we are destined to become. Often it is through these experiences, whether they are moments of joy, hardship, or even the mundane, that we begin to uncover our true potential and discover our life's mission. We all have unique experiences that shape our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. These experiences may not always seem significant at first, but when we look back, we realize that every moment, every choice, and every challenge has been a building block on the path to discovering our purpose. Growth through personal experiences is a process that allows us to stretch beyond our current limitations and move toward a higher version of ourselves. It is through facing obstacles, overcoming challenges, and learning from failures that we begin to see the true strength that lies within us. These experiences, while often difficult and uncomfortable, are essential to our personal development. They are the moments that force us to evolve, to reflect on who we truly are, and to confront the fears and doubts that have been holding us back. One of the most powerful aspects of personal growth is the realization that everyone has a unique mission in life. No two people are the same, and therefore no two paths are identical. We all have different experiences, perspectives, and gifts to offer the world. But it is easy to forget this when we face setbacks or feel like we're not making progress. It's easy to compare ourselves to others and wonder why we're not achieving the same success or fulfillment. However, it's important to understand that every person's journey is different, and that's what makes each of us special. No one is insignificant. Every experience, no matter how small or seemingly irrelevant, is a stepping stone toward discovering our life's mission. When we embrace this idea, we begin to see that every experience is valuable. The moments of failure, the struggles, and the moments of doubt are not signs of weakness. They are opportunities for growth. These experiences are not things to be ashamed of or hidden away. Instead, they are integral to the process of self-discovery. Each step we take, whether forward or backward, is part of the greater journey toward understanding our purpose and fulfilling our mission. I'd like to share a personal story that illustrates this concept. A few years ago, I found myself at a crossroads in my life. I'd been working in a job that was stable but unfulfilling. I'd always dreamed of pursuing a career in something creative, but I was afraid to take the leap. I felt trapped in the comfort of familiarity, even though deep down I knew that this was not the path I was meant to walk. I constantly battled with self-doubt, wondering if I had the courage to make a change and whether I was even capable of pursuing my dreams. It wasn't until I went through a particularly difficult period that I began to see things differently. During this time, I faced several personal challenges that shook me to my core. I went through a period of self-reflection, asking myself tough questions about what I truly wanted out of life. What was I passionate about? What did I want to contribute to the world? What was stopping me from following my dreams? These questions were uncomfortable, and they made me confront my fears head-on. But in doing so, I began to realize that the discomfort I was feeling was a sign that I was on the verge of something greater. I was being pushed out of my comfort zone, and that was exactly what I needed to break free from the self-imposed limitations I had been living with. It was through these difficult experiences that I began to uncover my true purpose. I realized that my passion for creativity, for connecting with others, and for sharing stories was what truly lit me up inside. It was the moment I decided to take a leap of faith and pursue my dreams that everything started to fall into place. I realized that the challenges I had faced were not obstacles, but opportunities for growth. They were the experiences that forced me to confront my fears, overcome my doubts, and push myself to grow in ways I had never imagined. This process of growth wasn't easy, and it didn't happen overnight. It took time, effort, and a willingness to face the uncomfortable truths about myself. But it was through these experiences that I came to understand my life's mission. I realized that I wasn't meant to stay in a job that didn't fulfill me. I was meant to create, to inspire, and to help others discover their own potential. The struggles I had faced had prepared me for this moment. They had taught me the lessons I needed to learn, and they had given me the courage to step into the person I was always meant to be. This is just one example of how personal experiences can drive growth and help us discover our true potential. It's not always about the big grand moments that define our purpose. Often it's the small, quiet moments of reflection and growth that have the greatest impact on our lives. The people we meet, the challenges we face, and the lessons we learn along the way all contribute to our personal development and the discovery of our life's mission. The beauty of this process is that everyone has the capacity to grow. It doesn't matter where you start or what you've been through. Your journey is unique, and you have the ability to change, evolve, and step into your purpose. Each challenge you face is an opportunity for growth. Each experience, whether it's a success or a failure, is a part of the process that helps you become the person you're meant to be. When we recognize the value in our experiences, we start to see that no moment is wasted. Every experience, no matter how difficult or seemingly insignificant, is shaping us and preparing us for the future. The things we learn from our challenges, our failures, and our growth help us understand our true potential and move closer to our life's mission. And when we realize this, we can approach life with a sense of purpose and confidence, knowing that we're exactly where we need to be. So if you're feeling lost or unsure of your path, remember that your experiences are not in vain. Every experience, every setback, and every triumph is a part of your unique journey. You're not insignificant. You're on the path to discovering your life's mission, and each step you take is bringing you closer to understanding your true purpose. Embrace the process of growth and trust that every experience is a step forward, even if it doesn't always feel like it in the moment. No one's journey is the same, but we all have the ability to grow, to evolve, and to discover the greatness that lies within us. Your purpose is waiting for you, and the experiences you face today are preparing you to step into it. Keep moving forward and trust that you're exactly where you need to be on your path to greatness. As we come to the end of this video, I want to take a moment to reflect on everything we've discussed. Finding your life's purpose isn't something that happens overnight. It's not a simple task, and it's not a journey that everyone fully understands from the start. It's often filled with confusion, setbacks, and doubts. But through personal experiences, challenges, and growth, you will gradually begin to realize that life does in fact have a greater purpose, and you as an individual are a vital part of that purpose. Each step you take on this journey is contributing to the larger picture, even if you can't see the full scope of it right now. The struggles you face, the moments of joy, the failures, and the triumphs, they all serve a purpose in shaping who you are meant to be. We all have moments in our lives when we feel lost, or uncertain moments when it feels like we're walking in circles or just going through the motions. But the key to discovering your purpose is to keep moving forward even when the path is unclear. Life is a journey of continuous growth and self-discovery. Sometimes the most profound moments of growth come when we least expect them, often emerging from the most challenging situations. It's through these moments that we begin to peel back the layers of who we truly are and what we are meant to offer the world. It's in these moments that we start to feel the pull of our purpose. The journey toward discovering your life's purpose is a deeply personal one. It's not something that can be mapped out or planned in advance. It's a process of exploration and transformation, where you get to learn more about yourself with each new experience. You'll encounter moments of joy and moments of pain, and each of them will play a role in your personal development. Embrace both, because they are essential parts of the same journey. Every experience, no matter how big or small, is a step toward understanding your purpose, your calling, and your place in the world. Even the moments that feel like setbacks are often the very ones that teach us the most about ourselves and move us closer to the path we are meant to walk. I want to encourage you to continue exploring yourself and to see every challenge as an opportunity for growth. Life will never be without its difficulties. There will always be moments when you feel uncertain, when the weight of the world seems unbearable, or when you question your place in the grand scheme of things. But it is precisely in those tough moments that you're being shaped and refined. The lessons you learn from overcoming adversity, the courage you gain from facing your fears, and the wisdom you gain from growing through those struggles, these are all essential elements of discovering your life's purpose. Do not shy away from the challenges. Do not be discouraged by the tough times. Instead, view them as integral parts of your journey, each one bringing you closer to the truth of who you are and why you're here. Take the time to reflect on your experiences. Look at the lessons you've learned, the growth you've achieved, and the person you're becoming. every step you take, whether forward or backward, is part of the bigger picture. Life's purpose doesn't always reveal itself in an instant, and it may not always be what you expect it to be. But as you move forward with an open heart and an open mind, you will begin to see the path unfold in front of you. You will discover that the struggles, the triumphs, the moments of doubt, all of it is leading you to something greater. And when you look back on this journey, you will see that everything has been preparing you for the person you're becoming. Remember, you're not alone on this journey. Everyone has a unique path to follow, and no one's experience is the same. But we all share the common thread of growth, change, and discovery. You're not insignificant. Every moment of your life has meaning, and every step you take is moving you closer to your true purpose. Keep trusting the process, keep exploring, and keep learning from the experiences life brings you. You're worthy of discovering your purpose, and you're capable of fulfilling it. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of life's purpose and personal growth. I hope that today's video has given you some insight into your own journey and helped you see the power in the experiences that have shaped you. If you found these messages helpful, I encourage you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel so that you can stay updated on more videos that dive deeper into topics of life's purpose, personal growth, and self-discovery. Let's continue this journey together, and remember, the best is yet to come. You're exactly where you need to be right now. And each new day brings you one step closer to uncovering the greatness within you. Keep moving forward and trust that you're meant for something incredible. Thank you again for watching. See you in the next video.